Hello and welcome to my channel. This is Lisa with Lisa's Faith and Budget Planning channel. I'm excited to be here today, and I'm kind of not excited to be here today. We are checking in with the budget, and I'm pretty much blown this budget for the first 2 weeks of the month. Week 1 and week 2 are just kind of a little bit of a hot mess, but that's okay. I have the money to kind of cover all the things, and wherever I went over budget, I'll just rein it back for over the next few weeks. To keep it within budget for the month. So if you're interested in weekly check-ins, how I process weekly check-ins, and what my week 2 is going to look like, stick around and check out the rest of this video. If you like content like this, please subscribe to my channel and give it a thumbs up on the video, and I will be right back. Okay, I am back. So here's my weekly check-in. I decided to take it out of my notebook this time. That way I don't have the rings interfering while I'm trying to write, which is why I like doing my budget in a ring or, disc or ring system. It just makes my life easier, and I can freely write how I need to write. So now we're checking in. As you can see, for week 1, I had plenty under budget, but I spent a lot in miscellaneous, and that was way over budget, which made the entire budget over budget for that particular week. Now, when my husband gets paid, he gets paid, and it's a couple weeks, or week 1 and week 2 will be included in that pay. So the cash is already there. Even though I went over budget, the cash was there in the bank for me, and I just had to reduce it for the next budget. But that didn't stop me. Things popped up, things I did not expect, and we did some traveling. We visited my parents and my sister and her family over the weekend, and it was my dad's birthday. It was my son's birthday yesterday, and we just celebrated seeing each other for the first time in over a year and seeing how our families were doing and all the things. So it was awesome. And we really did enjoy ourselves. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and flip this open, because on the previous pages are my check-in calendars. So I keep transaction logs or transactions listed here on each day that I spend. Why I do this is because I can track if I have any no-spend days, which is very rare. And I can see where I'm spending more on what day. So if I'm a heavy spender at the first of the month, but not so much in the end of the month, and things like that, I can see those trends and move forward with that. As you can see here, I have a key that tells me what each category is. So this is grocery, household, restaurants, miscellaneous, and gasoline. And if I have any big unbudgeted items, like last month, my husband got glasses and we forgot to budget for it. It was over $300. That went there. Or things like that. Just unexpected, unplanned things. The rest of it comes out of the budgeted categories that I already put money aside for by the week. And I check in every Thursday, or when when my day is over on Thursday, I check in, and I post this usually on Friday, and then Friday paydays go on Saturdays. That way I can have a complete day. But I'm going ahead and doing my check-in early, because I know I'm not going to spend any more money. And though this will be posted for Friday, I'm closing out my budget right now. So if I do have to spend any money, which I don't think I will, I'll put it for Friday's pay. So moving on from there, as you can see, we had a lot happen. This is the weekend I went out of town. There's a lot of small transactions and large transactions. So let's go ahead and get into, let me find my little notepad that I like to write on and list out all my transactions as we're doing it. And I don't see it. Oh, there it is. I found it. All right, so what I like to do is just write out all the pink, which is grocery, household, first, and then restaurants, then miscellaneous, and gasoline. And then I come up with my totals, and then I flip the page, and then I put my totals in, so I'm not flipping back and forth. So that is what we're doing. Walmart is my first grocery transaction for this past week. We're checking out on Friday the 4th through Thursday the 10th. So I'm just going to write grocery, household. That's my initials for it. And the first transaction is $55.46. Dollar General was $3.71, and I'm really trying to remember, what did I get for $3.71? I don't know. I'm assuming because we went out of town, I might have just popped in there for a small item, and then because I didn't want to go to a regular grocery store to get it. but I can't remember what it was. That's okay. Food Lion, $5.39. And then I went to oh, okay, these are two different Food Lions. So one I bought, oh my gosh, I cannot think. It's been a long weekend. Let me get these numbers down. So $5.39, and then let me mark these off as I go too, because I will get confused today. $4.07, and then Sitco Market, I just put it under grocery household while we were traveling. We were in the car and we got like some snacks and stuff. So that was $4.74. This was, oh, by the time we got to my parents' place on Saturday, twice I went to the grocery store. One time I bought icing for cupcakes, and then I think my mom needed eggs and something else, you know, for the little birthdays and stuff we were doing. So I picked up a few items and I went twice, and those were the two times I went. Let's see, that's all the grocery household there. And then I'm gonna move this over here. So Hampton Inn, $2. So we stayed at a Hampton Inn, and I got snacks and water and stuff at the Hampton Inn at their little snack market that night, and it was just $2. So that was kind of cool. Dollar General here, I went and picked up some lemonade, $4.82. I got two of those Simply Lemonade for home group that night. Also was at Food Lion for $7.69, and that was a specific drink I've been searching for. My son likes, and he really wanted, and I couldn't find it in any Food Lion, and normally it's sold at Food Lion. And I finally found a Food Lion that had it, so I bought that. And then when I bought this, $151.75, that was before I bought this. I went here thinking they would have the drink that my son wanted, and they didn't. So I just went into another one and bought more there. So there's that. And then I have, oops, do not need to move just yet. I have this Dollar General right here, and I went and bought some wasp spray. So just a big can of wasp spray. A wasp flew into my house, and after I opened the door, and it was in the corner of a window. We have a big picture window on the second story in front of our staircase, and yeah, I just wanted it out of the house. And since it was up there and those wasp spray cans stream 25 feet, I went ahead and bought one of those, and it made a mess, but that's okay. The wasp is dead. And then I went to Walmart this morning, $69.77. I wasn't planning on going today. I wanted to do a no-spend day, but that didn't happen. So I just went ahead and picked up some extra items. I probably didn't have to get everything I did get, but I went ahead and got it anyway. I was already over budget. I was like, whatever. There were a couple bills, and I'll show you that in a little bit. Three bills that have not cleared yet in the bank, which left a few $100s cash available. So I went ahead and spent, and I know tonight at midnight my husband's paycheck will post, so I'll be doing a paycheck to paycheck video as well, because my husband gets paid tomorrow. And so I knew if any of those bills came through, it would be covered because I have money coming in, and this money, the cash was just sitting there, so I just kind of borrowed from that. So let's go ahead and get started and making the total for this. So we have 55, 46, 371, 539, 407, 474, plus $2, plus $4.82, plus $7.69, and $151.75, and then $5.57, and $69.77. All right. So our total is $314.97. So there's that. Now I can move on after I check off all these. All right, now I can move on to restaurants. So restaurants, we didn't have a lot of restaurants. We had, let's see, Papa John's on Friday, which is our normal restaurant order. 43.47, and then we had McDonald's. When I go to Raleigh, a lot of times there's a McDonald's down the road $23.35. Where my parents live, and the kids are like, we're hungry, because we usually get there about lunchtime. And I was like, okay. And we always grab McDonald's for them to eat and then go to my parents' house. And of course, my kids aren't kids. They're actually adults, but, you know, that's okay. They still go, I'm hungry. $20.25. So this is a crazy Sunday. We left my parents' house about 6:30 and got on the road to be home about 9:30 because it's a 3-hour drive. And we were going to stop and grab something on the way, but we weren't going to get McDonald's. We were going to get something else. Problem was, there was a traffic accident as soon as we got on the road ahead of us, and took an hour and a half to get through, and we were just stuck, and there was nothing we could do. And I don't know the outside area very well, even though I grew up in this town. It's changed so much. I don't know it very well to get out of traffic and find a new route. And so we had to sit there for an hour and a half in the car until traffic was cleared. And that night, by 8 o'clock, we were pulling into a McDonald's not far from my parents, and still hadn't even left, and got on to Highway 95 from Raleigh to come back to Virginia. So it was a late night. It was like 11:30 when we got home. So normally we wouldn't do 2 McDonald's back to back, but that's okay. That's life. It happens. And that is all the restaurants that I have here. We'll just lift this up. I don't have any restaurants here, and I didn't have any today. I know I'm broke. I'm not going to get any, and probably get dinner out tomorrow anyway. So I'm not going to do that today. Let's see, $43.47 plus $23.35 plus $20.25. All right, so that gives us $80.07. Which is awesome. All right. And then we have miscellaneous. I was not planning on any miscellaneous, but we have this purchase at Target for $78.12. Now, I did make this purchase, put this purchase to good use, even though we didn't want to spend any more miscellaneous. We packed a little suitcase just for an overnight for both my sons into one small travel case. And we left it at the house when we went out of town. So they had no extra clothes to sleep in or to change into for the next day and all that stuff. They could have wore the same clothes and slept in it and then been fine. But, you know, that makes you feel grungy and grimy, and I don't like that feeling. And they don't like that feeling. So I went ahead and went to Target and bought 2 shirts, 2 pairs of 2 sleep shorts, and then a big package of underwear. Thankfully, both my boys are about the same size, so I just bought them all new, and then we washed them at my mom's house, and they wore them that night. So that's all I have for miscellaneous. Oh, nope, I have 2 more items. And then I've been searching high and low, and apparently vitamins are all the rage right now, because I could not find the supplements my sons normally take. And so I went ahead and ordered the same supplements and big bulk items on Amazon. I normally just grab them at the grocery store when I'm at the store, but they didn't have any. And then I decided, okay, this is one bulk item supplement, and then another supplement's here, plus paper. And I found this pre-hole punched A5 paper because I have the new Erin Condren full A5 ring system that I'm excited about. Oh, and I've been doing some test prints on some things. But this is a life planner starting in July, and I thought this was really cool. So I wanted to see if I can make my own inserts and things like that, and I'm excited about that. So I wanted to get pre-sized paper to put through my printer, and that's what I've done. So I'm really excited about that. Maybe I'll make a video and show you kind of all the different things that I'm interested in doing. So we'll see. So miscellaneous, 78, 12, 21, 82. Oh, that's not right. Let's try it again. 78, 12 plus 21, 82 plus 26, 42, 24. I can't talk today. All right, 126. I'm looking for my notes here. Yeah, 126.18. All right, so that's done. And then because we did travel out of town, we had 2 gas transactions. and that was before we left on Saturday. It was $59.72 here. All right, and then another on the day we left, which was $44.85. So I'm gonna add $44.85, and that gives us $104.57. So normally our gas is not this high, but we decided to travel, and there you go. So now we're up. We have no unbudgeted items on any of these, which is awesome. So what I'm going to do now is flip this page over where my weekly check-in is. I'm going to move this off to the side because I really don't need that part anymore. And now we're going to fill in the total amount spent based on these categories. So the first one is grocery household. Grocery household, I did budget $264.71. So $264.71. That's what the budget was. But I went way over budget with $314.97. So now we're going to subtract the $314.97. And that gives us an over budget of $50.26. Now, next we have restaurants. So restaurants was $179.67. And that is what the budget was for. We did not spend all of it, thankfully, which gave us extra money for these over budget categories. And we did spend, let's see, $87.07. So let's subtract that, minus $87.07. That gives us $92.26 left. I'm going to double check that real quick. Okay, yes, that is correct. $92.60. I don't know why I didn't recognize the number from what I just did a moment ago before I came on camera, but it just didn't look right, but it was right. So there we go. All right, so the next budget was actually a negative leftover, carried over from miscellaneous, and I was hoping not to spend any more, but obviously we had to. So $76.91, make that a negative, and we're going to subtract how much we spent, which was another $126.18. And that gives us a negative $205.09. Okay, so way over budget. All right, so the next we have is gasoline, and we spent $104.57. So, which is over budget, but we were okay with that because it was the only time I was ever going to see my sister for a long time. Unless I go fly to see her, that's the only time I was going to see her. $68.65 minus the $68.65 minus the $104.57. That gives us a negative $35.92. Okay, so a lot of red going on, a lot of negative. So let's see how bad the numbers really are. So I want to make sure I have this on screen well. So, and I'm going to double check this because I had to adjust. It was just pennies, but I had to adjust it because I transposed a number in one of my transactions, and I had to fix it all. I think it was a $9.19 charge, and I wrote $9.91, and it threw all the numbers off, so I had to change them all. All right, so where are we at? Let's start with this column and make sure we have this number correct. 264.71 plus 179.67 plus, let's see, 68.65. I'm going to skip, and then I'm going to subtract 76.91 last. Okay, So $436.12. Good. So $314.97 plus the $87.07 plus the $126.18 plus $104.57. Okay, so way over $632.79. All right, so there's that. I'm going to subtract this. Let's see, no, I'm not going to do that yet. Let's see what these negative numbers are going down, because I know these are accurate. So I'm going to start with the 92 because it's the only positive number I have, and then I'm going to subtract the rest down. So I have $92.60, and then take the $50.26, and then $205.09, and then $35.92. That gives us a negative $98. And this is why I use Frixon erasables. $198.67. There you go. All right. I'm going to add this $632.79, and that gives me that's $2 off. You know, I'm not going to worry about it too much, and I can make an adjustment because I do have a $2 transaction. I have it on the list here. I wonder if I didn't do these numbers right. So I will figure that out on I'll figure that out on so what I'm going to do is I'm going to carry these numbers over, even though I know it's $2 difference here, just because I can go back and do it off camera and then adjust from there. So just know these might be $2 off, and then when you come back next week, you'll see the actuals in the right amount. But I don't want to sit here and try to search it out with you guys, because that might take some time. So anyways, moving on from there. Okay. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to take what I have budgeted for in my weekly check-in for the week coming up. So my husband gets paid tomorrow. I have another budgeted amount for the week, but I want to carry these numbers over from here, the negatives, into this, and see what I have. The only thing that is our saving grace right now is my husband is traveling on business. He is not home, which reduces food cost and gasoline, and I think that's it. Restaurants. So hopefully by the end of this week we'll be in the black and we should be good to go. Let's see, week 3. So what I have budgeted for week 3 is the 11th through the 17th, $200 for grocery household, $130 for restaurants, $110 for miscellaneous, and $50 for gasoline. So some of this will go back in the black, but I don't know if it'll stay that way for the weekly check-in for next week. So here we go. We are budgeting, I said again, $200. We're doing grocery household, and I'm going to subtract out this because in my mind this is being borrowed from here, and I'm going to try to reduce my spending here. And this is one way I know I can try to reduce my spending, is by knowing this number. So subtract the $50.26, and that still leaves me $149.74 here in my grocery household. And I think that might actually work. If I go over budget, I don't think it'll be that drastic, like the $50. One, we're not doing HelloFresh right now, which is $64.28, I think. When my husband's home, it's easier to do HelloFresh, and it's for the two of us. When he's not home, I don't use HelloFresh, so I just put it on vacation for a few weeks until he gets back, and then I just cook my own meals. It's hard to cook for one when you get those kits and stuff. Let's see. The next thing we have, I have $92.60 that I'm going to carry forward in restaurants, and I'm going to add, I think it was $130. Yes, $130. Now this I can use to compensate for the grocery household, because I don't think in 1 week my sons and I are going to spend $222.60